When Rachel signed the divorce papers, she looked relieved. She said she had finally chosen happiness, that she was ready to start a new life with someone better. I stayed calm because there was nothing left to fight for. She had already made her choice, and her heart was gone long before the ink dried. What shocked everyone was how quickly she moved forward. Just 7 days after our divorce was finalized, Rachel married Daniel, the man she called her dream man. Friends and family shook their heads in disbelief, whispering that it was too soon. But Rachel did not care. She was too busy posting pictures of her wedding, smiling brighter than I had seen in years. The captions were filled with phrases about true love, second chances, and destiny. I watched from a distance, choosing silence over bitterness. Because sometimes you do not have to say anything, life reveals the truth on its own. At first Rachel seemed untouchable, showing off expensive gifts and romantic gestures from Daniel. She posted their honeymoon pictures, traveling through beaches and cities she had once begged me to take her to. But cracks began to show sooner than she expected. Daniel was charming in public, but careless in private. Rachel began confiding to mutual friends that he stayed out late and often ignored her messages. The fairy tale image she had painted started to peel away behind closed doors. Bills piled up because Daniel spent recklessly while she tried to hold everything together. The honeymoon phase ended faster than it had begun, leaving her with a man she barely recognized. Friends who had once celebrated her decision began avoiding her calls. Even her own parents looked at her with quiet disappointment, knowing she had rushed into disaster. Meanwhile, I focused on rebuilding my own life one step at a time. I worked harder at my career, invested in myself, and found peace in the quiet evenings that used to be filled with arguments. I did not gloat, I did not chase after her, I simply lived. And as I lived, Rachel unraveled. She discovered Daniel had debts she never knew about. She discovered he flirted with other women openly, not even caring if she noticed. And worst of all, she discovered he had seen her as nothing more than a convenient step toward comfort. 7 days after divorcing me, she had married her dream man. 7 weeks later, she realized he was a nightmare she could not escape. She tried reaching out to me in small ways, asking how I was doing, pretending to care. But I never gave her the satisfaction of opening old doors that had been closed for good. Because the truth was simple, she had traded stability for fantasy, and fantasy does not last. One evening I saw her in the grocery store, standing alone, her eyes tired and her smile forced. She tried to start a conversation, but I nodded politely and walked away. And in that moment I realized she had faced the truth I had known all along. Dream men are not real, stability, trust, and loyalty are. And by chasing an illusion, she had lost everything solid she once had. As I walked to my car, I felt no anger, only freedom. Rachel was left with the life she had chosen, and I was finally free to build mine without her shadow. And that was the real ending to our story.